Reb Shmuel was out, but the Rebbe Melech was here. So for this first piece, there would be Chazara for the Rebbe Melech and for everybody else who heard last week. It would be new for the Reb Shmuel. You have in this week's parsha, you have in last week's parsha, the pasuk of following Hashem. Acharei Hashem Elokeichem telechu. You should follow Hashem. So the Gemara asks, what do you mean? You follow Hashem? V'alo eish oichlahu. Hashem is the fire. You can't follow fire. It's not a person, right? So what it means is, you should follow in the ways of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Follow in his ways. Just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Gomer Chesed, you also have to be a Gomer Chesed. HaKadosh Baruch Hu clothes the naked. He clothed Adam and Eve. He also clothed the naked. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Menachem Avel. Who is he Menachem Avel? Anybody? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Almighty, consoled the mourners, it says in the Torah.
Probably about Moshe or something.
Earlier. When Yitzchak died. Sorry, when Avraham Avinu died, he was Menachem Avel Yitzchak for Avraham Avinu's death. Bikkur Cholim, he visited Avraham Avinu when he was sick. When was he sick? Anybody? By the Bris Milah. Very good. So too, there's a mitzvah of v'halachta b'drachav, to follow in the ways of Kadosh Baruch Hu. So we learned this last week, that when you do chesed, when you do something nice, you become two mitzvahs. Chesed, and you're also following in the ways of Kadosh Baruch Hu. So that leads to the question. One of the non-kosher birds last week, remember what it was called?
Chasida.
The chasida. Why is it called the chasida? Don't tell me because it has side locks.
Sounds like chesed.
And it speaks Yiddish, right? And Mekiknish Afroyan. You know what that means? Okay? That's not why it's called the chasida. It's called the chasida because it does chesed with its friends with food. Its friend needs food, helps him out. Okay? The question is, so that's a good thing. So why don't we not eat the chasida? The Ramban tells us, Nachmanides tells us, that we don't eat animals, birds, that have bad midos. We don't want to bring the bad traits into ourselves. You are what you eat. Right? That's what they say. That comes from the Ramban, from Nachmanides. So why can't you eat the chasida? On the contrary, you should be obligated to eat the chasida to bring good attribute of chesed into yourself. Especially now that we learned from the beginning of the shmooze about how you're supposed to follow in the ways of Kadosh Baruch Hu. So just like he does chesed, you also should do chesed. You hear the question, Shmuel? Yeah. So the answer is very simple. It does chesed with its friends. That's not a Jewish trait. Chesed has to be done to everyone. So the idea that it only does chesed with its friends, that's not a Jewish concept.
Probably a tasty bird too, also.
Is what?
It's probably a tasty
It probably is. Very good. That's another
I
chazal.
think it's supposed to be kosher, by the way.
You're supposed to say that the reason why I don't eat this is not because I don't like it. I like it. I want to eat chazer. I don't eat it because the Torah said not to do it. Not because it's not very good. So you guys are all together. I'm sure it's very tasty. You're supposed to say, it's very good, chasida. I don't eat it because the Torah said not to eat it. Very good. But why did the Torah say not to eat it? L'chorah does chesed. For those who were falling asleep during the first part, you have a chance to redeem yourself now. The answer is because since it only does chesed with its own kind, with its friends, that's not a Jewish trait. The Torah wants you to stay away from that. Chesed, good attributes, kindness, has to be done to all mankind. We say in davening about Hashem, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav. Because Baruch Hu has compassion on all creatures. So just like we follow in the ways of Kadosh Baruch Hu, in chesed, also in the way he does chesed, the way he does kindness. He does kindness to everyone, so too we have to do kindness to everyone.